This is Teofimo Lopez's training camp where every hit lands with force and accuracy. Teo is testing his limits, improving speed, reflexes, and knockout strength. This is more than practice. It's full-on intensity and action. Every punch, every move, every moment matters, making this fight unmissable. Adding to the excitement, Tim Bradley shared that he has followed both Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez for years, giving him a clear view of their skills. Bradley thinks Shakur Stevenson will dictate the pace, manage the distance, and control the rhythm. He believes Shakur will outsmart Teofimo, using technique and discipline to take the win.
Up to see you in your weight, 5 pounds above 135. He can beat you. He knows how to beat you. That's what he believes in his heart, you know. Teo, you're talented. Yeah, you are, man. But damn, you talk too much and you don't back it up.
Every punch, every step, every second counts, making this fight impossible to miss. Tim Bradley added that he has watched both Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez for years, giving him a deep understanding of their abilities. He expects Shakur Stevenson to set the pace, control the distance, and lead the rhythm of the fight. Bradley believes Shakur will stay smart and disciplined, using his skill to come out on top.
Size disadvantage going into that fight, but someone like Shakur is only going to get beat when he moves up and loses his advantage necessarily against a much bigger and stronger guy.
Yeah, but
I think that's a fiddly fight, don't you? I mean, I don't expect it to be this firefight.
Yeah.
I think Teofimo's very awkward and Shakur's very smart, and I don't know.
Gary Antoine Russell, an American pro boxer, believes Teofimo Lopez has a real chance to beat Shakur Stevenson, seeing the fight as a genuine 50-50 matchup. He said the result will come down to which fighter performs best on fight night. Russell pointed out that Lopez has natural athleticism, power, and a sharp boxing mind. If he fights like he did against Vasyl Lomachenko, he could surprise Stevenson.
50-50, you know, in order for you to participate in this sport, you gotta have a high level of confidence. I feel like both of them has a high level of confidence. Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, but styles make fights. Naturally, I think Teofimo Lopez is stronger than Shakur. Naturally, I think he has more athleticism than Shakur, and he got a good IQ on the sport itself. But Shakur, I feel like he's a more smarter fighter. He's a more technical fighter. You know, I'm not saying that he's a square or he's just a textbook fighter, but he's seasoned, he's poised. I feel like mentally he's more mature.
On the other hand, Russell said Stevenson is a highly skilled and intelligent fighter who uses patience and strategy to exploit his opponent's mistakes. He also stressed that styles play a big role in deciding fights. Lopez brings huge power and explosiveness, while Stevenson relies on precision and smart tactics. Ultimately, Russell believes the fighter with the best plan and execution will win, but if Teofimo Lopez comes fully prepared, he has the chance to upset Shakur Stevenson.
At times you will see him fight somebody that could be stiff competition, and it'll wind up being a born fight to a degree. You know, that's why everybody was criticizing him for, oh, he's a born fighter. He's a careful fighter. And I feel like with Teofimo Lopez, he's going to be a careful fighter. Now, just because he's a careful fighter doesn't mean that he isn't punctual with how he do things. I think Shakur, he got a lot of this arsenal that he can use to make him be victorious, as well as Teofimo Lopez. You know what I mean? So it's a 50-50 fight, and it depends on what fighters show up the night of the fight.
When asked about his prediction for Lopez versus Stevenson, Conor Benn, also known as the Destroyer, said, "We'll see what Shakur is made of. I feel like I'd back Teo." The Lopez-Stevenson fight rounds out a packed January for boxing, which also features Subriel Matias versus Dalton Smith, Liam Perro versus Paddy Donovan, and Moses Adama versus Jermaine Franklin. Keith Colon described Lopez versus Stevenson as a true 50-50 matchup, calling it a highly competitive clash between two elite fighters who are sharp, smart, and at the top of their game.
It's a great fight. It's gonna be a competitive fight, and whoever wins this fight is gonna, I feel like they're gonna be the person to kind of be like taking over the sport, because they fighting the best, and it's gonna keep being like that. So whoever wins this fight, and if you ask me who I think gonna win, I feel like Shakur's gonna edge him out. But Teo's a sharp guy, and he shine under the lights, Yeah, he had his ups and downs, but for the most part, when he got in there with top opposition, you always seen the sharp Teo.
Colon pointed out that Teofimo is a two-time Ring Magazine champion and a former two-time undisputed champion, giving him plenty of experience in the spotlight. He also praised Shakur for his technical skill, saying he is one of the best at counterpunching and has an exceptional boxing IQ. Colon believes Shakur is one of the most respected pure boxers in the sport today.
You feel like this is a true 50-50 fight?
I'll say yeah. Just with respect for both opponents. Teo, he's a two-time Ring Magazine champion for, undisputed. He's undisputed 2 weight divisions. Shakur, he's a sharp fighter, and he's a respected boxer. So I feel like this is a 50-50 fight. I feel like this fight is it's all about having patience, not rushing. And if Teo or Shakur just try to push the issue a little too much and be a little bit greedy, that's when either one to be at fault, because both is great counterpunchers and sharp fighters.
Colon expects the fight to go the full 12 rounds with no early stoppage. He noted that both Teofimo and Shakur are skilled counterpunchers, so rushing or acting impatient could backfire. The winner, he believes, will be the one who stays disciplined, times their moves well, and keeps composure, rather than the one with the most power. Rolly Romero added that the Lopez-Stevenson fight promises to be a thrilling contest, with all the ingredients of a top-level matchup. He pointed out that both fighters are former Olympians and world champions at different weights, coming off strong performances, and said it's a must-watch for fans.
It's a great fight.
Yeah.
I think it's a great fight. You'll really see, because at the end of it, they're both Olympians. They're both multi-division world champions. Teo is an incredible fighter, and Shakur is an incredible fighter. Shakur has a really high boxing IQ and a very... Shakur coming out with good. I'm telling you, it's got to be a good fight. I like to see it.
Boxing analyst Greg Hackett says he leans toward Shakur Stevenson, but also explains why Teofimo Lopez is such a wild card. Hackett points out that Lopez has all the tools: speed, power, athleticism, and timing, but they don't always line up perfectly. There's often a hesitation or a moment of misalignment that keeps him from reaching elite-level boxing consistently. Still, Hackett warns that no one should ever underestimate Teofimo Lopez.
Mindset, his focus, his strength, and everything. He got to bring everything to the table, and he could beat Shakur because he has the ingredients. The problem is he can't put them together. They don't. Sometimes he show up with the speed without the power. Sometimes he show up with the power without the footwork. Sometimes he show up with the footwork without the mindset. You know what I'm saying? He be in pieces. If he bring everything to the table, he'll be cool.
Meanwhile, Sean Porter favors Shakur Stevenson because of his sharpness and consistency in the ring. Porter says Stevenson's accuracy, composure, and balance give him an edge over Teofimo Lopez in technical boxing. Interestingly, Porter also believes that Lopez's aggression actually benefits Stevenson, playing right into his strengths.
Teofimo is explosive. He came into the game. That's a part of that's his DNA, right? But if you don't learn how to control your DNA, you're just explosive. And so he's got to hone in on that, be precise against Shakur. And that's a 50-50 fight, man. Yeah. I would honestly say 60-40 for Shakur because he's that sharp. He's that good defensively.
Although Teofimo Lopez hits hard, he doesn't always time his punches well, and his wild swings can leave him open to counterattacks from Shakur Stevenson. Porter believes Stevenson will control the fight, and in a close matchup, his precision and calmness under pressure could decide the outcome. The fight gets even more interesting, though. Pro boxer Emiliano Vargas pointed out that Lopez must respect Stevenson's speed, which makes him an exceptional counterpuncher. Stevenson can also switch styles quickly, adding unpredictability. Vargas says that since Teofimo is an outstanding fighter too, this matchup promises to be exciting and highly unpredictable.
It depends how, obviously Shakur wants to fight the fight. I know he's going to want to box. Obviously, he's a great counter puncher, great defense. Teo could do both, so it really depends. Hey, does he come out orthodox? Does he come out southpaw? I know he can fight southpaw in the shoulder roll, fighting on the inside, or does he want to box? So, that's the thing about boxing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. You never know.
Yeah. However, Lonnie B predicts this fight will be intense from the very first bell. He's eager to see Teofimo Lopez unleash his power, but also advises Shakur Stevenson to focus heavily on defense, as a single hard punch from Lopez could turn the fight instantly. In such a close matchup, neither fighter can afford to make mistakes.
We've seen Teo athleticism, work against him sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, with Shakur, it's going to have to be on point. Same thing with Shakur. His textbook skills have to be on point. Because Teo got them bombs where he can crack. And, we can't afford, he can't get hit with shots that he got hit with by Zepeda.
Looking closely at Teofimo Lopez's training camp, it's clear he is fast, powerful, and full of energy. Watching his movements, you can't help but admire his focus, dedication, and determination in every session. With this level of intensity, it's obvious Lopez is training to be a knockout artist, ready to take on any challenge and give everything in the ring. For fans, it's more than just a behind-the-scenes look. It's a full-on adrenaline rush into the mind and body of one of boxing's most exciting fighters today. Earlier, Teofimo Lopez went head-to-head with Floyd Mayweather Sr. in a high-intensity mid-session that was part lesson, part battle. Sparks flew as Lopez landed combinations, sharp counters, and powerful shots, while Mayweather Sr. challenged his timing, defense, and precision at every turn. This wasn't just a workout, it was a masterclass in boxing IQ, footwork, and strategy, with Lopez learning from one of the smartest minds in the sport.
Go yeah, go your neck, go your neck. Break, 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 break.
Lopez shows the full force of his boxing skills. Teo throws jabs, hooks, and uppercuts non-stop, delivering each strike with maximum energy, focus, and intensity. Fans watching this gym session see a highly competitive display, packed with impressive skill, precision, and technique.
I got it. Let's do it. You gotta get it this one.
I got it. Look, watch. Right there.
Right here, right? Yeah, right here. I got it. Turn the hook over, man.
That's it. Come on. There you go. Boy.
There you go. I told you we were gonna get that one.
Inside Shakur Stevenson's intense gym, every training session becomes a showcase of precision, speed, and determination. Each jab, hook, and combination is practiced to perfection, showing not just physical skill, but a deep understanding of boxing. This mastery is what makes it truly the sweet science.
Give me the right. Give me the right.
There you go, baby.
As a professional, Shakur Stevenson masters timing, angles, defense, and counterpunching. When sparring with top-level partners, he relies on his instincts, adapts to what he faces, and sharpens his reflexes, making him one of the smartest fighters in the sport.
How we gonna lose? We can't lose. Cause all we do is win.
You already know what I was popping pills with him, been falling back from Killer Down, cause I might try drill niggas. My youngin' died at 20 like a real nigga. Shots to his head, hit his chest like some real nigga. Times in the fed, and my homie gotta deal with it. My dog saw my other dog, expecting me to chill with him. You know what you did, nigga? You ain't moving low, no, we know where you live. When we catch you, it's the suit.
Shakur Stevenson trains with maximum intensity, constantly pushing his body to its limits in every session. With each round, he works even harder, building speed, precision, and power beyond previous levels. Shakur leaves nothing to chance in his preparation. So, who do you think will come out on top when Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson finally meet in the ring? Will Teo's power and athleticism overwhelm Stevenson's technical skill, or will Shakur's precision and smart ring IQ secure the win? Share your predictions in the comments. Do you see an upset, a dominant performance, or a fight that goes all 12 rounds? If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to catch all our fight previews, expert analysis, and the latest boxing updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you ringside for what's sure to be an unforgettable showdown.